Vinland Saga is an anime series based on a historical fiction manga by Makoto Yukimura. The story takes place during the Viking Age and follows the journey of Thorfinn, a young warrior seeking revenge against the man who killed his father. Now 2 years ago, Vinland Saga started gaining attention along with Demon Slayer. Many people compared it to Berserk, which I consider the best manga of all time. Whenever something is mentioned in the same category as Berserk, I have to check it out to see if it's even comparable. This review isn't meant to compare Vinland Saga to Berserk, but to highlight some of its great aspects that led people to place it at that same level. When considering whether or not to read Vinland Saga, there are reasons both for and against it. While I personally think Vinland Saga is fantastic, I have to admit that the Viking setting isn't my favorite, as I prefer stories with samurais or similar themes. However, despite this initial hesitation, as I continued reading, I found myself enjoying it more and more. One of the reasons for this is the strength of the characters. One of the characters that helps to improve the overall experience of Vinland Saga at the beginning is Askeladd. While I've seen the anime adaptation, I prefer to read the manga since it saves time. Askeladd is an exceptionally well-developed and well-written character from the start, and there's no need for further character development for him to be a great character. As the story progresses, Askeladd, who serves as the main antagonist to Thorfinn, becomes more complex. While he is a jerk, he also has a certain charisma and wisdom that make it hard to see him as entirely evil. He seems to be a product of the world and environment he lives in, which adds depth to his character. Despite his antagonistic role, Askeladd's complexity makes him a fascinating character. Vinland Saga boasts a strong cast of side characters, although they may not seem as prominent in the beginning. As the story progresses, they become increasingly relevant and well-developed. One of the standout characters is Historical, who adds depth and interest to the narrative. The manga's more realistic approach is refreshing compared to many anime series, as it prioritizes character growth and storytelling over flashy, explosive moments. While realism doesn't necessarily equate to quality, the focus on narrative in Vinland Saga is one of its strengths. If you're looking for a story with a more relaxed, realistic setting where character development and narrative take center stage, then Vinland Saga, Vagabond, and even Berserk, a dark fantasy, are great options. These series prioritize the growth and development of their characters over flashy action scenes. While Vinland Saga explores philosophical themes, it doesn't delve into them as deeply as Vagabond does. When it comes to philosophy, Vagabond stands out as one of the best examples in manga. Vinland Saga's beauty lies in the way it subtly weaves philosophical themes into its narrative. Unlike Vagabond, the series doesn't always explicitly state or articulate its philosophies. Instead, it takes readers on a journey through the characters' growth and development, showing how these philosophies are applied in practice. This is a hallmark of top-tier manga series, which not only articulate their philosophies but also demonstrate them through their characters. In contrast, some fan bases of less profound manga try to make them seem deeper than they actually are, which can be frustrating. Top mangas present their philosophies through their characters' growth and development, rather than simply stating them outright. This is demonstrated well in Vinland Saga, where the characters' experiences illustrate the underlying philosophies. The narrative is presented clearly, and the characters' growth is a key aspect of the story. This is especially true for the main character, Thorfinn, who starts off as brutal and animalistic, but gradually becomes more human as the story progresses. At first I found this character trend familiar from other mangas like Vagabond's Guts and Musashi, but Thorfinn's development stands out on its own. Let's face it, it's difficult to mess up the narrative where a character starts off as evil and gradually becomes more human, or even the other way around. I hardly ever see someone mess up that kind of writing. When it came to Thorfinn's character in the beginning, it felt like a story that I had seen before. However, it wasn't being done any better or in a different way that would catch my attention. I have to admit, it was my mistake for prematurely judging Vinland Saga. Initially, I was a bit impatient and skeptical of Thorfinn's character development in Vinland Saga. I wanted to see more and was hoping for something different. However, as the story progressed, I realized that growth was the key theme and it takes time. Thorfinn's evolution throughout the story is truly beautiful, especially his relationship with Askeladd. By delving into his backstory and childhood, we gain a deeper understanding of his character. It's a smart technique used not only in Vinland Saga but also in other manga where the story starts with either the character's childhood or a glimpse of their present, followed by a flashback to their past. In conclusion, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, but after reading Vinland Saga, I believe it belongs in the same tier as other great manga such as Berserk, Vagabond, and Kingdom. It's a must-read in my opinion, especially if you've already enjoyed Berserk and Vagabond. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications for updates on your favorite anime and manga. Vinland Saga may be shorter than Kingdom, so if you're looking for a quicker read, it's definitely worth checking out.